Hello and welcome to the Janissaries United. This episode I'm going to be showing you the Battle of Edoras in 3rd Age Total War. Now, as you can see, my archers are deployed on the top of a hill. Very effective. And I also have my main infantry all over here. Now, as you can see, I am in deployment at the moment, so I haven't finished. But this is my army so far, and the enemy force is ready over here. Now the enemy has an army which would be quite good. It would probably be an army which might, one of the small forces, it's like a small force which will probably be the Battle of the Black Gate. And they have two groups of ballistas and giant spiders, and then the most of their army is orc maulers and orc raiders. Squads of orc raiders, which isn't too many, but it's still a brilliant army in combat. Now, as you can see, I haven't done much with my deployment yet, and I am waiting. But at first I hadn't actually got. They had a bigger chance in battle, but this battle, really, it was big. You would have been surprised to see it. But here's the enemy army once again from a distance. It's around 4,000 men average, and my army, which is over here, is about 2,000 men average, here and here. Now I have my archers deployed on the top of this hill, which I think is the great plan. I've also deployed someone with sharpened stakes, which I don't know might be helpful against giant spiders, but I don't really know. And I have my main army, which would probably be an army which would go against Gondor. Decent army. I couldn't use Momoko in the siege, but oh well. Here's some Hashari, good assassins, and yeah, I have 3 groups of those, making up a quarter of my army. I have a group of Southron archers at the gate with sharpened stakes ready, and I've also got my Southron warband prepared for battle. My main fraction of my army is dismounted Serpent Guard, and yeah, so yeah, it went quite well. I did originally trying to get my archers around here and my Hashari somewhere else, but it all went badly. As you can see, the Hashari have moved, and the battle will commence soon, hopefully. I don't know. Chance it will. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom it up a bit, and until it. Okay, I'm gonna let you. So, okay, so normal speed now, and as you can see, my army is over there. And let's have a little look at our ballistas, who almost did likely getting ready to shoot at me. No advance yet. Surprising me, but now they have started to move. Now this is the beginning of the battle, and if you want to play this game, you just go on to. You have to have medieval to Total War kingdoms, and expansion, and then you can download this mod. But I actually think this mod actually should be a real game because it's that big, honestly. Middle Earth, Gondor, Rohan, Orcs of Gundabad, Misty Mountains, 3 people in Middle Earth, Arnor, Mordor, all those guys. Yeah, it's quite big. Now, as you can see, the ballistas are opening fire on my gates, preparing to shoot and loading. So let's head to my gate and let's see how it does. Now this part, they didn't really make much progress on my gate. As you can see, they haven't shot yet, but believe me, ballistas are not good for sieges, honestly. See, a lot of them have hit, but no damage is concealed, and doesn't seem like they've hit any troops. I had a feeling it might, but it wouldn't. Yeah, so my army is just standing here waiting for them to blow up the gate, and then I was hoping they'll come in. They continue for doing that for quite a while, and then after a while, I decide to be very brave and charge them headlong, because you can see my entire army is preparing to advance. Yeah, so I'm kind of brave doing what I did and charged them headlong, which is very dangerous. See? My army is already attacked and the ballistas have already started to kill men and not gates. So, yeah, so my army is preparing for battle, and here it is. Serpent Guard. Charging into battle headlong, decent men. Here they go, and let's have a little recap on the enemy force. Let's have a little go here and see what they do. Orderly formation. And they'll soon attack, but at this point you get quite a good view of the battlefield. It's not much, but you get a good view. As you can see, the enemy is probably about to charge right now. Decent time. And they haven't. As you can see, the first combat has been bled over here. And now the enemy armies are charging at me. Very scary. Seriously, this battle was deadly. Yeah, so here's my army preparing for an advance. Still trying to charge, and I got my archers over here shooting. Charging didn't go too well, and I am sorry for the bad quality of this. It's because the battle sides are so big it went a bit wonky. So yeah, so it won't be in absolutely brilliant condition for that part of the battle. But I'll give you a view of the entire battle so far. There you are. A view of the battlefield. There's Mordor reserves, and they're going in. And those are my force preparing for a charge. Charging in. I think Mordor anyway had a bigger advantage since they had more men in that area. Yeah, but as you can see, if you look very closely at these little black dots around and moving, they are giant spiders charging through my men like mad and killing them freely. Giant spiders are brilliant for any Mordor army as they inject poison into your enemy and kill them almost instantly. Meanwhile, they are very good fighters on their class as heavy cavalry, and they are very good. Their hit points is around 5 maybe. They are hard to kill, and they're very good, effective. They knock over men when they're running, and they are not as vulnerable to arrows as you would expect. As you can see, my army is facing big casualties around now, and we are winning. This point in the battle I was doing pretty well, and I'm losing until this group of men came in. My archers were doing a great job where they were, and yeah. So here's the enemy squad charging, and there's the enemy general's dead. Dead. When I saw that, I thought, right, I'm gonna win, but I was wrong. And as you can see, my cavalry have just charged in, as I called them into. And if you didn't know where they were, they're behind the mountain on the other side. Well, here's the battlefield. It's not going too well for me at this moment in time. As you can see, the battle indicator is fairly one-sided. Percentage of my men is 22. They've had less men killed. I've had more. Now this is where I started to have problems with my army. And some of them have started to retreat, I think. And I also have a few random spiders over there. 5 of them have started fleeing completely, which is good news for me. And my army is pushing on, pushing. Their force. My archers are hitting some of my own men, but I don't really care. Now their other spider squadron has about 16, 24, around there. And they've planned to attack my cavalry in the rear, which isn't too great. So this means my cavalry will have a good chance of dying. Now I have got my archers in skirmish mode. And 16 great spiders are retreating, which worries me deeply. Now I'm getting a bit confused because their men are fleeing. Those are fleeing. I just pray that they will not come back into action and charge my men in the rear, because if that happens, I've lost. Oh, I just want to see them run. Meanwhile, on the battlefield over here, it's still at the same distance. The enemy is now doing better, as most of my men are losing. On the right flank round here, I'm doing quite well. Meanwhile, on the left, I'm doing absolutely awful. On the centre, I'm also doing quite bad, so I'm only having a good chance round here, this area. Yeah, and my archers, meanwhile, are over here preparing for battle. Now, recap on their giant spiders are down there. And back into action, and my general has just died. Unfortunately. Now I'm getting confused because, as you can see, they have completely outflanked me and I'm losing nearly everywhere. Enemy army is pushing on through the rear, and I'm ready, and their giant spiders just seem to be standing there. The giant spiders are preparing for a charge. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Those spiders just look terrifying. If you spare the spiders, be scared of these. Now I'll send my entire archer battalion away, as they have a huge group of them about to kill him, and they are going to die. I don't know why they're not fleeing. Those guys will stay there for a while. And this is now where I started to lose, because this is the downfall of my army. They are starting to retreat. So that's it for this part. I'll show you part 2.